very large before having children. And then after breastfeeding 3 children, nature takes its course, and things begin to sag. So primarily to lift and put things back where they were. I wanted it to still look more natural. I wanted more of a lift look, not to be too large, too small, but try to get what's right for my body style. And they answered all my questions, and concerns that I had. It's something that I wanted to do. I just wanted to make sure that I went to a physician that, I was comfortable and confident with. What prompted me is something that I wanted to do, and after my cousin had gone through with the procedure and I heard about the rapid recovery system, was what really enticed me then to look further into this particular doctor and procedure. It was great for her. She was actually within 24 hours, she was up and around, and within 2 days was right back to where she was before. And she is a very active lifestyle. And so I thought, that's what I'd like to do. Other than I had gone to another physician and looked into what would it entail, what is the recovery, what do you go through, in terms of the pain, the recovery, what can you expect afterwards. The experience was okay. He had answered my questions, but I guess there was just something that just wasn't there. I didn't, feel as comfortable or as ready to go through the procedure. When I came in and spoke with Teresa, there was a lot more detail, a lot more information. I just felt, very comfortable with them. They explained things very well, and I just really appreciated, what she, taking the time, and was just very calming and reassuring. And then the rapid recovery system was what really, enticed me. And my cousin had had great success with that. So I felt like, going through with a procedure like this, and then, being able to adapt back into my life quickly was what I was looking for, especially being a mom of 3 children and working full time. I didn't have a lot of time to have, surgery and take a lot of time off work. Dr. Koffkof seemed very detailed and very knowledgeable. I like that about him. As well as Dr. Koffkof is just very patient and calming. Just a very nice bedside manner. So, I was nervous the day of the surgery. Granted, I don't do well with needles or things like that, so I was nervous. But going into it, after I went in and was ready and waiting prior to the surgery, Dr. Koffkof came in and he talked with me. He took final measurements and drawings, actually, to see exactly the placement and where things would go and that sort of thing. Explained what he would be doing, when I was under, and just walking me through all of that, talking to me about the procedure and what he would be doing. I felt very comfortable and confident in his abilities, and he made me feel very relaxed and comfortable. So I was ready, and then I was excited to go through with it. My surgery was on a Friday evening, and I ended up going back to work on Tuesday. Actually, it was only 2 days that I had taken pain medication. I stopped a day prior to going back to work. So really I only had pain medication for 2 days. Tuesday I was still moving slowly. I would say by Friday I was just like I was before. By Friday I felt great. So, within 1 week I was feeling just like I had been before, but felt good. I also work with somebody who had this procedure done as well, and her recovery was twice as long as mine. Yes. Then I felt even better about my decision. I didn't need to take a whole week off and spend it on the couch. As always, when I come into the office, they know my name, they greet me, Teresa's always has a smile on her face. She's so wonderful. She just makes you feel at home. Immediately, they took me into a room and asked how I was doing, and then the doctor came in. He took a look at the procedure to see, how everything was healing, and said everything was healing very well, which was good. Yes, and asked me if I had questions and how I felt about the procedure, how I felt, about how I looked, and I was thrilled. I was very happy with the outcome. Once the initial swelling went down, I felt great. Um, the results are better than I expected. Being very symmetrical, being very natural looking, and the scarring is very minimal. I mean, you can hardly see that it's there. And that was a concern for me, because I thought maybe I'd end up, with a lot of scarring, and you'd really be able to see, where the incisions were, and you can't. I feel so much more comfortable with myself, from everything from, a bathing suit, where I don't feel like I'm, you know, hanging out of it, in different ways, where I was very saggy before. Now they're a lot firmer and fuller. In fact, I've, told my experience to others, and I've had um, a friend's mother who came in to have it done as well.
Cool.
Because of my experience with it. So, and, I know how it made me feel personally. And unless, unless you're in my shoes, or unless you're experiencing the same thing, you really can't truly understand or appreciate it. I would do it again. In fact, I know there's something else I need to have done. I will be back.